Hello everyone, welcome to Espresso Workouts Core number 2, and things get a little bit more difficult as we're progressing. We're starting to warm up nice and easy with a wide stance, hands on the inside of your knees, and then dip down, looking forward, pushing your chest bone out and up, and then roll up, bring your tailbone down. So this is a full spinal movement, not just with the head or your chest bone or the arms. So I would like you to engage the core, working here in length when you're coming down and in contraction when you're coming up. And the navel pulls in as much as possible when you're rolling up and lengthen as much as you can when you're going down. So this is about lengthening and contraction coming up. Fantastic. Going right into the balance poses. So we've practiced this last time twice. So this time I want to check on you. How's it going? Standing on the left leg, left heel is grounded, big toe mount as well, and then swing your right leg around you as much as possible. Grab your core, so the hip points are pulling together, navel in. Chest bone is lifting as much stability through your center as you can, and then shoot those legs forward and back with the arms going contralaterally. That means diagonally to your leg so that you could touch the outside of your right thigh with your left hand. Very good. I hope you have a stable floor. This green grass, though it's lovely, wasn't that stable. Okay. More of a challenge. Change sides. So this time we're standing on the right side, grounding the right heel, grounding the big toe mount of your right foot. And now the left leg is swinging. Draw the energy through the ground into your core, engaging your center, but keep breathing into the chest then. Lifting your chest down, lifting through the crown of the head, letting those shoulders go. So we have a very strong center and core with the right leg grounded and a stable core, and the rest of us, the arms and the left leg, is quite flexible and moving. And this teaches us, especially for running, where we have this mix of stability and fluidity in rotation. Perfect. A little bit of running here because I was talking so much about it. So low knee runs on the spot. You don't need to go all in like, from the cardio series where you're picking up the knees and almost jump from left to right. Here you can have just a little bit of a dribbling on the toe mounts. You don't even need to bring those heels down. You can get very light and soft on your feet. I just want you to bring the heart rate up a little bit because this is all about stretching, elongation, lifting, expanding, and I do need your connective tissue to be warmed up, your heart rate elevated a little bit, your body temperature elevated a little bit. Otherwise, your connective tissue is not stretchy, flexibly enough. I just invented new words. So, flat back rotation, first stretch for the spine and your hamstrings, as well as your adductors, depending how flexible you are. So start in a very wide stance, lifting through the inner arches, pushing the outside of your heel down and the big toe mount down. And now I would like you to elongate through your sitting bones all the way into the crown of your head, and now spin around, twist in that long spine as to follow your upper arm with the gaze and lift that arm all the way to the ceiling. All blue sky here. If you want to, you can dip low here in the middle, making a little more of a stretch in that wide forward fold, but you don't have to. You can just go from one stretch into the other. Here we come. This is a butt workout. So we start on the left leg and then back leg lift with the right leg from the bottom all the way to hip height. You don't need to go higher because that will then just be your hip shooting up, and I would like you to have your butt, your glute muscles working. Your standing leg is bent, grounded, more balance needed here, and your upper body is as parallel to the floor as you can. You can bring the arms out, palms facing down or up or wherever you want them to be, shooting the crown of your head forward, your sitting bones back, and then lift the right leg up and down. The more you bend forward, the more your glute muscles are going to be working, so you do want to dip low as much as possible with your sternum. Great. Try the other side. Yeah, you do want to get up and breathe a bit. So now on the right hand side, right leg is grounded, leg left is lifted. So bring the leg left up all the way until hip height. And you do want to contract your glutes at the very top here. So don't just use the momentum and swing the leg up, but control the leg all the way up as if you could stop at any moment. And if you do feel like it, you can even stop right there at the top for a second or two and then only lower down. Make sure to dip low as much as possible. Belly bottom is dipping forward, but your back is very straight and as parallel to the ground as you can. Stretch those arms out. Perfect, wonderful. Getting into step out, you're starting with your left leg grounded, right leg is stepping out. So this is more of a butt workout for the standing leg actually. So don't get too excited with that right leg, that is just to convince you to stay low here. Because the more you reach out, the more you have to dip lower and sit back here, as you can see from the side. So stay low, bend that standing leg, the left leg, and step out as far as possible. And you don't want to get back up when you come in. You do want to stay low in that half squat on one leg. So this is a Bulgarian squat that is hiding here in that nice little step out sequence that looks so easy. So now we have one leg burning. Let's do that on the other side. So squat low on your left and step out with the right one. Keep breathing and move those arms. So whenever we do anything with the legs, I also love doing something with the arms, as you might have realized. So since we're having the legs all covered, the arms are going in the runner movement, so we get shoulder mobility here, a little bit of a deltoid workout, and especially the rotation in the upper body that will engage our oblique muscles, our diagonal six-pack and flat stomach muscles. So don't just do the legs, do the arms as well, and keep breathing and stepping out. You're doing great, fantastic. Some more for the glutes, this time for the side glute. Balanced pose here on the left leg this time, and the right leg lifting to the side. And you do want to keep your arms for balance to the outside. This is just making it so much easier. But maybe twist the hands either to the bottom or to the front just to open the shoulders here. And this leg is now swinging up and down to the side as much as possible, but rather in a controlled way. So the idea is that anytime if I would order you to stop, then you could hold your leg up there in any position. So make sure that you control the movement, although it's so much fun just throwing the leg up, but we do want to control it so we don't hurt ourselves. Perfect. Do that on the other side. Now on your right leg is the standing leg. We're balancing on the right and we're lifting on the leg all the way to the side. So here from the side view, you can see that the leg simply goes to the side, not to the front, not to the back, as if you are squeezed in between two glass walls. So imagine that you want to be very tiny and thin and not putting the leg too far forward, nor too far back. So this is really a side lift going all the way to the side and nowhere else. So working on the side butt here, we're also working on a side core. So this is basically like a side crunch with, again, the oblique muscles crunching here to the sides and making our waistline a little smaller. Stand switches. I know this is the core workout, but I just can't help it putting a little bit of cardio in to get the heart rate running. So I would like you to start in a squat position and then jumping out, twisting at the same time and switching your stance from one side to the other. So you're coming back every time, jumping back into that middle squat position and then switching, rotating, twisting all the way up, right leg forward, come back to squat, left leg forward, come back to squat, right leg forward, come back to squat, left leg forward, come back to squat, and so on with those arms up if you want to. I try to keep them in something like a warrior combat position, protecting the face, but it's just for feeling because this is kind of an aggressive movement, isn't it? Fantastic. And here we go. Last exercise for the second core workout are the side knee crunches. So you're starting again on the left leg. The knee and the foot is pointing out, and then you're lifting your knee all the way up as much as you can. And remember those side leg lifts. Now this is actually a side leg lift with a bent knee. So the movement goes to the side, not to the front. And you do want to pick your right hip up as to side crunch, bringing your shoulder and your hip together in a side crunch, and this should make the hip and the knee come up almost automatically doing this side crunch here. Standing leg, slightly turn out, be careful not to twist your knee. Kneecap always pointing into the direction of the second toe. Last chance for this round, and I'll be back, I'll promise. So standing on your right knee right now, kneecap pointing to the second toe, bend the knee, and now start with lifting your hip up. Hip is lifting all the way to the shoulder, knee coming up, so this is like a side leg lift, but with the knee coming up as much as you can. And I do like to bring the hand, so right hand comes to the left knee, and the left hand comes to the left foot. So that you're like touching your leg and making sure it's lifted in the right position, and this is making it a little bit more fun. So keep breathing. This is the last exercise. Thank you very much for joining. There will be more to come. This is just the beginning. See you all very soon. Bye!